"We're killing the right people and lowering your taxes," said Lindsey yes to every war. Lindsey Graham said, "We're killing the right people and lowering your taxes." Erdoğan said, "Women are our mothers." Guess which one caused an international scandal? This is the double standard nobody wants to talk about. Let's start with what Lindsey Graham actually said. Quote, "We're killing the right people and lowering your taxes." Think about that. A sitting US senator celebrating death as a political achievement, framing human lives as expendable in a transactional deal with voters. We'll kill people. You get tax cuts. Where is the global outrage? Where are the UN condemnations? Where is UN Women's Chapter? Hello, ladies? Wake up. When he says people, he means you too. But when on March 8th, International Women's Day, Erdoğan had posted, "Women are our mothers, teachers of future generations," that's it, a pretty standard Mother's Day message, and the international media went nuclear, headlines everywhere calling it patriarchal, reductive, oppressive. The UN Women Chapter criticized him. Western politicians piled on. Erdoğan reduces women to maternal roles. Turkey's leader attacks feminism. Patriarchal statement sparks international condemnation. It became a full-blown diplomatic incident. Major news networks covered it for days. Opinion pieces flooded in, all because he honored mothers. The world loses its mind. He's called patriarchal, reductive, oppressive. Meanwhile, a different politician brags about killing the right people and lowering your taxes. And crickets. Let's talk about this. And it's not just Graham. Duterte said he'd happily slaughter 3 million drug users. Bolsonaro told a politician she wasn't worth raping. Boris Johnson called Muslim women letterboxes. These got brief controversies and moved on. But Erdoğan's Mother's Day post? That's where we draw the line? Let's be crystal clear about Graham's statement. It dehumanizes victims. The right people implies some humans are acceptable targets. It creates a transactional relationship with violence. Your tax cut is worth their lives, and it celebrates death as policy success. This is morally bankrupt. It treats human beings as disposable based on crude political calculus. Now what's wrong with "women are our mothers"? Literally nothing. Mothers do teach future generations. They shape values, ethics, and the capabilities of tomorrow's leaders. You can honor motherhood while supporting women as scientists, CEOs, and presidents. These aren't contradictory, but somehow this needed international condemnation? Here's what's really happening. The US is a NATO ally. Turkey is a NATO member but increasingly independent, disagreeing on Syria, buying Russian weapons, challenging US Middle East policy. Graham is our guy, Erdoğan isn't, so Graham's murder celebration gets a pass. Erdoğan, honoring motherhood on Women's Day, becomes a human rights crisis. This isn't journalism, it's geopolitical messaging. The pattern is obvious once you see it. Leaders aligned with Western interests, their atrocities get minimized, explained away, or ignored. Leaders who aren't, every statement becomes ammunition. It's not about what was said, it's about who said it. The outrage is selective, strategic, and completely divorced from actual moral principles. And the media plays along perfectly. They amplify what serves their geopolitical narrative and bury what doesn't. Graham's kill and tax cut statement? Not newsworthy. Erdoğan's motherhood post? Front page scandal. This isn't reporting, it's narrative construction. They're not informing you, they're programming you about who the acceptable targets are. Think about it. When celebrating killing gets less backlash than honoring mothers, we're not living in a world of consistent moral standards. We're living in a world where outrage is a weapon, deployed strategically against geopolitical opponents, withheld conveniently from allies. The double standard isn't a bug, it's the entire system. So next time you see media outrage, ask yourself, is this about what was actually said, or about who said it? Because if "we're killing the right people" gets a pass while "women are our mothers" causes an international incident, you're not getting news, you're getting propaganda. Here's the kicker. While international media was busy attacking Erdoğan for a Women's Day post, women in multiple countries still can't drive, inherit property, or leave home without permission. That's not even the worst of it. Some countries break their own annual record on female fetus abortions. India has been breaking its own record ever since the technology was invented. Those are actual oppression issues, but they don't get the same coverage, because selective outrage isn't about principles, it's about politics. When honoring mothers is treated as more scandalous than celebrating mass killings, we're not having a conversation about women's rights. We're watching powers and principalities wielding geopolitical weapons disguised as moral concern. Let that sink in. The criticism isn't about Erdoğan as much as it's about invoking motherhood. That's a no-no. It's about who he is and where Turkey stands on the world stage. So next time you see international outrage, ask, is this about the statement itself, or about the speaker? Because if politicians who joke about rape and celebrate killing get less heat than someone honoring mothers, the outrage isn't real, it's just another tool in the geopolitical toolbox. If this exposed something you hadn't considered, drop a comment, hit subscribe for more breakdowns they don't want you thinking about, because the double standards, they're everywhere once you start looking.